everybody, I'm Pastor Stephen Friedrich from Peace Lutheran Church.
I'm Pastor Drew from Luther Ridge.
And today we're talking about baptism stories, and I'm so glad to get to do one in person. This is like so exciting, not just through a screen. So I was baptized here in Knoxville, Tennessee on January 27th, 1985 at Messiah Lutheran Church, which is just down the road from here. And we're really excited about the gift of baptism and want to hear from you. What's your baptism story?
Sure. I was baptized on March 29th, 1987 at Redeemer Lutheran Church in Charleston, South Carolina. My dad was the pastor. He did not baptize me. We were baptized, I say we because I was baptized with my twin sister. And we were baptized by then Bishop Jim All. And the story that's told is that one of us cried the whole time, one of us spit up. I'm pretty sure I'm the spit up, and my sister is the cry the whole time. I might have that mistaken. If so, don't tell her about it.
So, okay, we won't tag her in this video then. Yeah, not a problem.
Good.
So when I was baptized, my mom said it was not a particularly spiritual moment, but it was what it needed to be.
Yeah, that's all about
because it's about who's working in this God, who's coming to save us and redeem us.
Yeah,
so
I like it though because it's like even when we spit up or cry the whole time, like you can't do anything to be worthy of baptism. So why not cry and spit up? It's an even reminder of just how special God's love is.
Listen to the guy. Yeah. So what does your baptism mean to you today?
You know, I'd say something similar. Like I would say, like in those moments when I'm at my worst, like when I cry or spit up, right, or just like have such a hard time with trying to live up to other people's expectations or everything else, that I have something that I know makes me eternally beloved. That there's nothing I can possibly earn. I mean, I'm just very achievement driven and want to be liked and to be competent, to be good at things. But even those moments when I get so wrapped up in how good I could be, because you always fall short with those things. You're never as good as you think you are, but you always have this net to catch you, this eternally beloved net to say, nope, you know. That's cute, Drew. You can try to do it all on yourself, but you really can't.
Yeah, and that's a good word. That even when it all falls apart, you still have this identity. You are loved. You are a child of God.
That's it.
And that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
So, good teaching. Do you have any other specific teaching you would like to share with the captive audience of the church today?
I got a story from when I was at camp, actually. When I was an area director at camp one year, we had a brother and sister in my area. And after one of the first nights at camp, they came and asked me about being baptized. And it was a really cool and exciting thing. And I took it to Pastor Tim, who was the program director at the time, and said, hey, we got kids at camp who've never been baptized. They came with a group. They want to be baptized. What do we do? And Pastor Tim said, well, that's a great opportunity, but we can't baptize people into camp, right? You need a faith community. As much as people love camp, you can't just say, oh, I'm part of camp, right? You need a church. So we got on the phone with some pastors, some of their pastors in the area, and we got a Lutheran church to say, yeah, we will sponsor them. We got on the phone with their parents and had a lot of conversation and actually did some education with them through the week. And then on Friday, in the lake at Luther Ridge, Pastor Tim baptized these two campers, and I got to be there, and a bunch of their cabin mates got to be there. And it was a couple things. One, it reminded me a lot of the story of Philip in the book of Acts, when there's a man from Ethiopia learned in his carriage, and he said, I need someone to help teach me these things. And so Philip gets in the carriage and starts teaching him about baptism, and then he just goes, oh look, there's some water. Can we do it right there? And I love that, just like, oh, yeah, here's some water. We should go ahead and be baptized. And that's kind of what I experienced that day, because I really like the idea that there's nothing special about the water of baptism. It's ordinary water that God, makes something extraordinary, whether it's a puddle on the side of the road or the lake at Luther Ridge. But it's also a matter of being baptized into something. You're part of something bigger than yourself when you're baptized. And that's something I try to talk to a lot of parents and folks about when I talk about baptism is it's not just about this one person being baptized. It's actually about a much larger community, and that everyone around them in the baptism is standing in for Christians all over the world who are all surrounding that baptism font at the same time.
Hey, that's a good word. That's a good word. Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you have not been baptized like those kids at Luther Ridge, we would love to talk to you about this gift of baptism and being baptized into this big community of God throughout the world. And if you already have been baptized, we encourage you to lean into that identity that God has given you as beloved and part of this big community of the church, and to celebrate that. So, Pastor Drew, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for having me.
And thanks everybody for watching. Take care. God bless you.